Is it recording?
Hello, and I am Brooklyn.
And I'm Brittany.
And we're here with your weekly update
for September 23rd, first day of fall. So excited.
So excited.
It's finally here.
Pumpkin spice. Okay, current NMCP company-wide is 36%.
Which is better than last week, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, moving up, slowly, but moving up.
So as we know, and as we've been talking about to go to Scarywood with everyone, we've got to be at 45%. That is most definitely doable.
Definitely. It's never too late. Never say never, right? You guys got this, especially with everything we just went over in the meeting.
Great meeting, by the way.
Definitely. Thank you guys all for your participation. I appreciate you.
You.
And you.
So you guys, NMCP, what does that mean? What does that even stand for?
Right? New member conversion percentage. So it's all about how many clients come in, that aren't even clients yet because they're new customers, they're new clients. You put them into the system and you sign them up on a membership.
We should be at 100%, but realistically the goal for this month is 45%.
Definitely. And if every new client knew everything that we covered, especially in the meeting today, with all of the value that's behind the membership, it would legitimately be 100%.
Right.
It's just about communicating that value. It comes down to you guys.
Right.
But along with communicating the value, it's important for you guys to know where you're at on a daily basis, to know what your contribution is, to know how you're helping the team reach our goal for the month.
You guys can find that in Salon 360, so it will show your daily and it will also show your monthly. So keep that in mind. I will be calling randomly, random selection to test you guys, and I'm going to ask you what your current NMCP is. So
I'm about that.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's always good to pay attention to your own numbers, Brittany.
Definitely. Well, and they're already looking at their PTA and how many clients they're seeing a day. So it's literally just taking into account that, all of those 5 points. That's our jewel bonus, right? NMCP is one of those. So definitely, it's just taking into account and registering it.
Well, yeah. And determining your shift role, they're going to be checking it anyways.
Absolutely.
So
it's there.
You should be able to know and call out right away when I call to ask you.
Definitely.
All right.
Oh, that sneaky snake. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on one moment. Let me look.
Let me look at Salon 360. Sorry, my computer's loading.
Yeah.
You guys, last week for the hydrant drive. So, Valley, I just want to say they've really stepped it up.
Definitely.
Good job, you guys.
No one's out of the race. No one's out of the race yet. Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene are really, really pulling their weight. I don't even know at this point who's in the lead. But what I do know is it takes one person to really fuel someone. And even in telling that we're having a competition about it. I remember being in the salon and we're communicating with our clients about how we're having an intercompany salon competitiveness about it, and they want to help us with whatever we're doing, right? Because your clients want you to win because they love you. So let them know. Let them know that we're having a competition to see which salon can raise the most, the most good donations, the most goods, the most product.
So yeah, make sure you're telling clients it's their last chance to contribute to this good cause that we're doing, and it's also their last chance to enter to win that swag bag. So all they have to do is bring, as you know, their unneeded hygiene drive or hygiene items.
Definitely. They really and they only have until the end of the month. Also reminding them that as well, because at that point, at the end of the month, which is only a week away.
Are you fucking kidding me? September is done in a week?
Nope, definitely not kidding you. Brooklyn, that was really inappropriate.
You're right, that was fucking inappropriate.
Wasn't it? That was hardcore fucking inappropriate.
This shit is not okay.
Definitely not. Which brings us to our next topic.
Cussing.
In salon.
Or in general, really.
Really? Yes. Yeah.
Unprofessional, it's not cute, it's not classy.
Not acceptable.
So
inappropriate.
At all.
Not allowed.
Whether you're working, whether you're not working, you're coming into tan, clearly, if we didn't just make it a good point, it is totally gonna catch people off guard. It's just not a good look for anyone.
And we get it. we get it. We understand where it's coming from. It's one of those things where, I mean, we shouldn't even have to be having this conversation, but we are, because it's happening and it's simply not okay. So cut it out.
Fucking stop.
Legit, please. Yes.
Okay, yes.
Moving on.
On to the next.
Yes. So, tanning, before and after operating hours, before and after business hours. It is really important that we have someone else in salon with you when you're doing these things. So there needs, at a minimum, needs to be two people employed by Slick Rock in the salon if you're going to do services after hours. It comes down to a safety and a liability issue. I mean, we've been talking about safety and liability when it comes to children, when it comes to two people in a room, when it comes to so many different things. And it's the same exact thing with you guys. When you may close the salon by yourself, and that's a whole different perspective because you're the one ensuring that everything's following protocol, that everything's everything's safe and good operation. Should you go into that service with you are, especially at the end of the day, you're very likely to fall asleep. And if you're doing multiple things, if something were to happen to you, no one knows and no one can get a hold of you. Also, if something were to happen in the salon and you could be putting yourself in danger because you're in a service, vulnerable in a sense. So it's really not a good idea. I mean, these are all the reasons why, but it is a policy. So if it's happening, it needs to stop. If you have any questions on it or any explanation, if you need to know why or more into it, definitely reach out. And with that being said, there's also a few other things that go along with staying late. So the salons are scheduled to arm away an hour after we close. So anyone who has alarm codes, so that they get notifications that we're arming the salon, if it's not armed within its projected time, so if the salon isn't armed by 10 o'clock, we get a pending alarm. At that point, we are then calling and checking to make sure everything's okay. But we should already know at that point, because if you're going to be staying past the hour that's projected, you need manager approval. So right now, with two people closing, if they're finished up at 9:15, at that point, they can tan or do services. You guys can do tan or do services together. But if you're going to be there, if it's going to push you past 10 o'clock, that's when you need to reach out to a manager and let them know. That makes sense, right?
Oh yeah.
Sound
and I
good?
mean, we talk about the extremes. I mean, if there was a fire, if there was a break-in, if anything like that, we talk about them because they are possible and they can happen, and it may be an extreme case, but we just want to make sure that you guys are all safe and that we are, preventing anything from happening.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Okay. Next up, communication on reaching out to the corporate team. So clients or people who are trying to get a hold of anyone that's involved with corporate, Adam, Paige, Brittany, Emily, Brooklyn, please just e-link all of us so we're all on the same page, and then never give out any emails or phone numbers. That's all personal information. And as far as that, this is something that it could look like.
Definitely.
Ring, 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 ring.
Thank you for calling Slick Rock Tanning and Spa. This is Brittany. How may I help you today?
Hey, yes, Brittany, I am looking for your marketing girl. I just have a really great idea about how I can really amplify your business and projectile for as far as, commercials and everything. Can I please get her phone number?
Yeah, definitely. I'd be happy to take your name and number, and I'll ensure that she receives your information.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, my name is Chris. My phone number is 999-9999.
Perfect. All right, Chris, I will send this message on to our head of marketing, and thanks for calling.
Sweet, okay, cool, thanks.
Have a good day.
You too, bye-bye. Simple as that. So understanding the why we do that is it's important. I mean, a lot of people are contacting all of us for different reasons, and just protecting our information and our time sensitivity as well. We're working back here hard, and we can't always take a call right when someone calls, or we need time to think about what we're going to be talking about with that person beforehand, just so we have an idea of what we're talking about.
Yeah, we may also be in meetings we have things scheduled for that day. I'm not necessarily waiting for these types of phone calls. If we are expecting a call from someone along those lines, we will typically let you know. We will reach out to you and say, hey, we're expecting this person to come in and ask for us. We're expecting for this person to call and ask for us. And please either, forward them on to us, or however we need to respond accordingly. We will let you know.
Which brings us to a lot of times people are calling about their interview, or they applied online, or they dropped off a resume. And we just wanted to kind of like update you guys on how you can approach that situation. So as far as the interview calls and how to receive them and who to relay them to.
It always comes off a little awkward too, because they call and you're like, I don't know what to say, and it just, so we're here to clear that up for you, make it super simple, make it so that we sound like we've got it together, because we do. And it doesn't make it an uncomfortable phone call for you. It more makes it as like a yeah, absolutely, this is how we do things. So the process for that, we are always hiring, always. So if someone calls and asks if we're hiring, yes, we are always hiring. Actively looking to fill a position is a lot different than just hiring. If we're actively looking to fill a position, that's something where we are looking for something very specific, and I'm doing interviews on a daily basis. So when someone calls and says, hey, are you guys hiring? Yes, absolutely, we're always hiring. If someone calls and says, hey, I'm calling to check in on my application, or I turned in a resume, it responds with something along the lines of, if you've applied online and haven't received a call, you're on the call list for the next group interview. If they've applied online, I am going to call them for a group interview. Our rounds of group interviews will eventually get to a point where they are consistent in a sense of when they are during the month, so you can refer more to that. But at this point, we're doing so much updating and getting everybody on the same page, and kind of, sticking with the training that we've got right now, that I'm not currently doing group interviews at the moment, but very soon, which I'm excited about. It'll be fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, and then also if they say, well, I've dropped off a resume, just maybe asking if they've applied online, because then that's going to ensure that they'll get into one of those group interviews.
Definitely. I'm about that.
Yeah.
And then take those resumes, take down their name and phone number, so take their information, and thank them for calling, and it's the same type of thing. You're letting them know if you've applied online and haven't received a call, you're on the call list for the next group interview. You can take their name and phone number and then e-link me, letting me know that they've called. You guys should never feel bad for someone like calling multiple times. Like, that's great on them, like they're more than welcome to do that. But at no point should we feel bad that they are frustrated. That's
a sign
odd.
of a no-no.
Yeah.
No thank you.
Right, definitely. You haven't gotten a call. You haven't gotten a call. It's just, it's one of those things. So, yeah.
Back to just some information about what we share. Our information should be very protected.
Definitely.
In a sense of what we charge for certain things, what our price list is really, and everything we have to offer. So it's a lot of the reason of why our information online is limited, is we're trying to get people in the door. We want you guys to, or we do want you guys, but we want the client to come into our salon and figure out the perfect tan plan, and figure out, what works best for them, and then offer them their personalized, recommendation of what they should get, which should be a membership. But
it should be a membership.
It's our info. It's our baby. It's what makes us us and unique. And it's not weird to do that. If you went into another salon or another business, they're not going to necessarily tell you their ins and outs of everything.
Right. Some of them, when we did secret shopping, some of them did, and I was very shocked by that, and it made me go, I hope no one's giving away our secrets. Right. It's one of those things that we don't let people take pictures of our membership book. We don't let them, go sit down with the membership book. If you have a question about what type of information you can share, or if you want like a really good picture of it, it's anything that's available to the public. So the brochures, so the three-leaf pamphlets, or what's online. So typically if someone calls or if someone comes in, and they ask, typically the one I always get is, how much does it cost to tan there? And it's a response of something along the lines of, we have so many wonderful options to choose from. We offer single sessions, 30-day passes, packages, memberships, which are the most cost-effective way to tan with us. And we have memberships that range from $19.95 all the way up to $119.95. So we always recommend that you come in for a tour so that we can show you everything that we have to offer, and we can map out your perfect tan plan and really give you a personalized recommendation, and then really get into those numbers.
Asking those 3 questions, what are you tanning for? How often do you plan on coming in? And what types of tanning beds have you tanned in the past? Those should be 3 staple questions you're asking, whether that client is walking in the door or you're taking a phone call outside of our customer service representative hours. Is those 3 questions, and based off those 3 questions, you can typically have a really good recommendation for somebody.
Definitely. And at that point, it's about getting them to come in, because once they come in and they have that tour, literal minds blown. Like, it just, it really does shatter their expectations. If you've ever been in another tanning salon, you know what I'm talking about. It's a whole nother world. We are on another level. So, and that tour is there to do exactly that. It is to shatter their expectations, blow their mind, and really show them that we are way more than just a tanning salon.
Great.
So,
Right, well,
do we have anything else for them?
not for this week.
Not this week.
If you guys have questions or comments or would like to add anything that we've shared with you today, please do. Please let us know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thanks for watching.
Awesome. You guys are great. Have a good week.